ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है।
ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है।
ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। समय से पहले भाग्य से ज्यादा, बोलो किसने पाया है। तेरा था जो तुझे मिला है, कोई तो छीन न पाया है।
समय से पहले भाग्य से ज्यादा, बोलो किसने पाया है। तेरा था जो तुझे मिला है, कोई तो छीन न पाया है।
जीवन प्रभु सौगात है, फिर काहे फिक्रात है।
सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है।
ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। जिसके नाम से कितनों के ही बिगड़े काम तो बन जाते, जिसकी याद से जन्म जन्म के कष्ट सभी मिट जाते।
जिसके नाम से कितनों के ही बिगड़े काम तो बन जाते, जिसकी याद से जन्म जन्म के कष्ट सभी मिट जाते।
सामने वो दिन रात है, प्यार की बरसात है।
सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है।
ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है।
ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है।
सदा सफलता साथ हमारे,
सदा सफलता साथ हमारे,
हाथ में उसके हाथ बात है, ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है, ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning. Is the sound okay?
Good morning, Shirley. Om Shanti. Yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Aruna Ben. Thank you. Baba's wonderful, wonderful Murli that he prepared for us today. Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba, and the Murli is on being the jewel of contentment. And Baba is connecting contentment. A contented soul is connecting it with purity. And where there is that purity of the soul then has that capacity to take all the blessings, the attainments, and the gifts that Baba has given us. And the one thing that really is so powerful in the Murli today, Baba is saying, Bab Dada gave all of you Brahmin children the full inheritance as soon as you took Brahmin birth. So he's saying he hasn't given half the inheritance to some children and full inheritance to other children. He's given us the full inheritance as soon as we recognize who we are and as recognized who Father is. So for me, this line is so, so powerful. What God is saying to us, He's already given us the inheritance, and He clarifies what the inheritance is, the full inheritance. But then we have to ask ourselves the question, why we're not experiencing that full inheritance all the time? What it is that's making us forget this full inheritance that Father has gifted us with the moment we took Brahman birth, the moment we recognized who we are and who Father is. The confluence age then starts for us. And what is the confluence age? Today, Baba is saying that this Brahman life is a life of pleasure and a life of entertainment. Are we really experiencing that? Who feels that 60, 70% that you are content? Few nods. Yes, I too would say 80%. There is that contentment, but that old sanskaras pop up, no? From time to time. And Baba was saying, one of the Sunday Murlis, those old sanskaras that bring clashes in our relationships. And today Baba is saying, and whilst going through this Murli today, and Baba reminding us of the full inheritance that is given us already when we became a Brahmin, brought me to that, the understanding and the experience of many, many years ago. We had a retreat with Brother Mike George at the Alpha Conference Center. The theme of that retreat was awareness, awareness, awareness. And when we stay so present of being a soul, of being God's child, and belonging to the Father at this time, and staying in the awareness that Baba has given me the full inheritance, then I can stay in that contentment. And Brother Mike George, every time we had, had our breaks and things, and we came back, he started off with awareness, awareness, awareness. Who are you really? Who you belong to at this time? And that forgetfulness comes because of body consciousness. And there's layers and layers and layers of that body consciousness, that I am this body, that makes us forget who we are and who we belong to at this time. And we give power to everything else, but take power from the Father. So Baba is saying a contented soul that is so content, it comes through our relationships. We are able to empower our relationships, transform ourselves, transform our relationships. And then it doesn't just stay, that contentment doesn't just stay in our mind and intellect. It's like we got so much money, but we put it in the locker. We lock it up and we forget about it. But when we use that money, we get happy, no? Everyone else is happy. So he's saying that emerges on our face, in our activities, that contentment. And the discontent comes when we forget what we have. And Baba is saying, he's giving the example of the memorial in the scriptures of Shankar. He's saying Shankar means the bodiless stage, the tapasvi form. We all know, no, in Bhakti, we actually mixed up Shankar and Shiva together. But Shankar, the one that sits so still in bodiless stage, in the tapasvi form. And when I'm so still, and Shankar has the snake around his neck, he's not influenced by the vices. And Baba is saying we must stay in that tapasvi form, be so still and connected with Baba, and he will touch our intellects. He will guide us, and he will give us the right answers. That's what the tapasvi form is all about. And when Baba guides us, the soul will constantly be content. I just very quickly wanting to share my journey over the 8-9 months. And, the journey of having to make decisions, having guidance, etc. And everyone at that time, out of love, out of care, will share many things with us. But I had to really be quiet at Amrit Vela and ask Baba, let Baba guide me. Because if Baba guides me and I take his guidance, he will then send the right people so that they can do the right things. Because this is God's instrument. This body is given for service. And I tell you, the best people came onto my journey to help me. And all of you know that, now this body is free from chemo, free from the cancer and chemo and everything. Baba's guidance, never forget Baba's guidance, his protection. He'll always be there for me. But as long as I'm taking his directions and allowing his energy and his guidance for me, he'll always be there for us. Never forget that. And allow Baba to guide you, and the best will happen. And so many souls can say many things, no? But take God's guidance. That's the blessing. That's the true blessing that I will always be content with. Baba's Murli, dated the 17th March, 1991. The title of the Murli, to be seated on the elevated seat as a jewel of contentment, be a contented and carefree soul. Everything is in that. To be seated on the elevated seat as a jewel of contentment, be a contented and carefree soul. Today, Bab Dada is seeing his jewels of contentment from everywhere. The confluence age is the age for remaining content and making others content. The speciality of Brahman life is contentment. Take all the blessings from God today from this Murli. The speciality of Brahman life is contentment. Contentment is the greatest treasure of all. Contentment is the personality of purity of Brahman life. With this personality, you easily become a special soul. If there isn't the personality of contentment, check. If there isn't the personality of contentment, you cannot be called a special soul. Nowadays, two types of personality are praised. One is the personality of a physical body, and the other is the personality of a position. That's on the physical side. In Brahman life, the personality of contentment is visible on the face and in the expression of a Brahman soul, on the face and in the expression of a Brahman soul who has the greatness of contentment. In Brahman life, the personality of contentment is visible on the face and in the expression of a Brahman soul who has the greatness of contentment in his Brahman life, and the personality of the position of the elevated stage is visible. The basis of contentment is to be full of all the attainments that have been claimed from the Father. That is to say, the soul is content. The cause of discontentment is a lack of attainment, and the cause of contentment is having all attainments. Sign of discontentment, somewhere I'm not happy within the drama. This is why Bap Dada gave all of you Brahmin children the full inheritance as soon as you took Brahmin birth. Or did Baba give less to some and more to others? Bap Dada always says to all the children, remember the Father and the inheritance. The inheritance is all the attainments. And Baba will clarify what he'll go through the full inheritance now. All the powers are included in this. When there's worry, when there's fear, when there's anger, all those are the powers He's given us, given it to us. We have to just be aware, emerge it, and bring it into our actions. All the virtues are included, and the knowledge is also included. All the powers, all the virtues, and the full knowledge. It isn't just knowledge, but it is full knowledge. It isn't just the powers and the virtues, but all the powers and all the virtues. The inheritance is full of everything. That is, it is complete. There is nothing lacking. Every Brahmin child receives the full inheritance, not half. It isn't that out of all the virtues, you receive 2 virtues and someone else receives another 2 virtues. What he's saying, we're not using it We're not conscious of the virtues and powers He's given us. And we're letting situations and sanskaras take over. That's what it is. The full inheritance means it is complete and perfect. Since each one receives the full inheritance, where there are all attainments, there would be contentment. Bab Dada was seeing the personality of contentment of all the Brahmins and was seeing to what extent each one has developed this personality. There is no name or trace of discontentment in Brahman life. Is there discontentment in Brahman life? You know, I remember Brother Paul sharing the story. He was saying he was living with his Lokik mom, and she was quite a nag, you know, how mothers with their sons especially. And so anyway, he decided to move out and go and stay somewhere else. He said it was all so lovely at the beginning. And then after that, it was worse than where he left actually. And it's like, you know, we leave something somewhere and think it's going to, we have to sort out things before we leave, no? Because then only the situation somewhere else would be good. Yeah. So karma is like that, no? It just follows us, like how our shadow follows us. This is known as experiencing the pleasure of Brahman life through this personality. The pleasure of Brahman life is in this personality. This is a life of pleasure and a life of enjoyment. This is a life of pleasure and a life of enjoyment. The meaning of tapasya is that the personality of contentment is visible in your eyes, on your face, in your expression, and your activity. Baba was creating the rosary of such jewels of contentment. How much of the rosary would have been created? A jewel of contentment means a flawless jewel. The sign of contentment is that a contented soul will experience the self to be satisfied, and others would be satisfied with that soul. In the stage of being satisfied, the heart does not ask questions. In the stage of being satisfied, the heart does not ask questions. One is a heart that is satisfied, prasanna, and the other is a heart that asks questions, prashna. Prashna means questions. Someone with a satisfied heart remains satisfied because of being knowledgeable, knowledgeful about the drama and does not ask questions. Someone with a satisfied heart remains satisfied because of being knowledgeful about the drama and does not ask questions. Whatever questions arise in you about the self or others, you yourself get the answer first. Importance of being satisfied, you get the answer first. You were told previously too not to ask what or why, but to put a dot. Not what or why, but a full stop, a dot in 1 second. Have the expansion in 1 second. Have the essence. That practice, I tell you, it's so powerful. Last Sunday's Murli too came up with this, putting a dot in a second, a full stop. Someone who is satisfied to such an extent remains constantly carefree. So check, do I, a jewel of contentment, have these signs in me? Bab Dada has given everyone the title, jewel of contentment. So Bab Dada is asking, oh, jewels of contentment, are you content? Content? Are you always content with yourself? That is, with your efforts, with the effort of transforming your sanskaras, with the percentage of your efforts and your stage, content with your efforts, transforming your sanskaras, with the percentage of your efforts and your stage. You're happy with your stage? Happy with your stage? Okay. Second question. Here it comes. Are you always content with your mind, words, and actions? That is, with the service that takes place through relationships and connections. Easy to be content with the self, no? The biggest challenge, no, comes in relationships and connections. In all three, not just one type of service, but are you always content with all three types of service you do? Do you check to what extent you are content? Important. Check to what extent you are content. Okay. Third question. Are you always content with yourself and with others when forming a connection or relationship with all souls? This is because during the year of tapasya, this is the fruit of success of tapasya that you have to attain. Let there be contentment with yourself, with service, and with others, with everything. You did yoga for 4 hours. That is very good. You will reach 8 hours from 4 hours. That too is good. Become an embodiment of success in yoga. Yoga is the method, but what success did you achieve with this yoga, with this method? To connect your yoga is the method, and the attainment from having yoga is the success. Just as you have had the aim to have 8 hours yoga, in the same way, keep a clear and elevated aim to achieve the result of these 4 types of contentment in your mind, words, and actions. Some children consider themselves to be content due to their own cleverness. Some children consider themselves to be content due to their own cleverness. Don't be content in that way. One is when your heart accepts, and the other is when your head accepts. You are content with yourself when your head thinks. You are content with yourself when your head thinks. What worries do we have? We are carefree. To consider yourself with your head to be content is not contentment. So Baba is taking it further and clarifying that, no? Sometimes we're quite happy with ourselves in our heart and in our head, but let's see what he's saying further to check. That you have to understand this accurately. Experience the signs of contentment in yourself. Let your heart always be satisfied. Let there be that personality. If you consider yourself to have that personality, but others don't consider you to have that personality, it means you are just pleasing yourself. So there shouldn't be contentment of that kind, but you have to become a contented soul from the correct experience. Contentment means that your heart and the head will always be at rest. They will be in the stage of comfort and happiness. They will not be restless. They will be happy and comfortable. Such jewels of contentment constantly sparkle as jewels on the Father's forehead. Check yourself. Contentment enables you to receive blessings from the Father and all others. The accurate contentment enables you to receive blessings from the Father and all others. A contented soul will, from time to time, experience himself to be flying in the Viman of blessings of the Father and all others. These blessings are the flying vehicle for such souls. They will constantly experience themselves to be flying in a flying vehicle. Such souls will not ask for blessings, but blessings will come to them automatically. Contentment attracts blessings. Blessings will come to them automatically. To be such a jewel of contentment means to be a tapasvi who is an embodiment of success. It is not success that is temporary. It is eternal and spiritual success. Baba was seeing such jewels of contentment. Let each one of you ask yourself, who am I? Let each one of you ask yourself, who am I? You have very good zeal and enthusiasm for the year of Tapasya. Each of you is doing it according to your capacity and also has enthusiasm for the future. This enthusiasm is very good. Now, reveal the attainment you have claimed from doing tapasya in your life and in your relationships and connections with all others. What we have taken from Father, reveal that attainment in your relationships and connections with all others. You do experience this in yourself, but you mustn't just keep your experiences in your mind and intellect. Is everyone else connected with me? Also experiencing that attainment that I've received from Baba. They have to see that in a practical way. Let them come into your behavior and on your faces, the attainments. Put them into your relationships and connections. Only then will they first be revealed within you. Then they will be revealed in your relationships, and they will then be revealed on the stage of the world. The drums of revelation will then beat. Your memorial in the scriptures says that Shankar opened his third eye and destruction took place. Shankar means the bodiless stage, the tapasvi form. This third eye opened. This means to make the snake of vices into a garland around your neck and constantly experience an elevated stage and be seated on an elevated seat. The third eye means the eye of becoming perfect, the eye of becoming complete. When you tapasvis are in your complete stage and have the thought of world transformation, this nature will dance the dance of complete upheaval. It will dance the dance of creating calamities. You will be unshakable and it will create upheaval. Why is that? Who will clean up the whole world? Could human souls do that? So the upheaval of this air, this earth, and the water of the ocean will cleanse everything. Look at that form of our tapasya, will make changes, will sort out things, and will bring about perfection. Our tapasvi form. So, but we are just, having yoga on the surface, no? And things are coming up, and we still don't have the power to deal with everything. That tapasvi form has to bring that perfection, shift things and transform things. You have to create such a complete stage with this tapasya. Nature will accept your order through your thoughts when your constantly cooperative faculties. What's our constantly cooperative faculties? Mind, intellect, and sanskaras first accept your order. Connected to last week's Murli, to be self-sovereigns. Only when our mind, intellect, and sanskaras first accept your order. If your constantly cooperative senses do not accept your order, how would nature accept your order? Let there be such a high stage of powerful tapasya that everyone has the same thought at the same time. The thought of a second transformation and nature should become present. You Brahman souls of the world have world peace yoga at the same time. Everyone has one thought of remembrance at the same time. In this way, through everyone's thoughts, nature will start the dance of upheaval. How important it is to sit at that same time for world meditation and everyone having the same thought. This is why you say that there will be world transformation through self-transformation. How will this old world be transformed and become new? Through the powerful thought of all of you. When everyone has the same thought together, transformation will take place. So do you understand what you have to do? This is what is called tapasya. The world must be transformed. Including all the criminals, everyone, that will all take place. Huh? If the world, if we have that one name, the world must be transformed. Everything will be transformed. That energy we have to give to the world now. Because, you know, more and more we're hearing things are happening, and the world is just walking around with fear that we have to pump into the world. This powerful tapasya energy world has to be transformed. God is here now. Let us download God's power into ourselves, into our family members, into the world. Let us bring God's power, download Baba's purity, Baba's power into the world now. Bap Dada is always pleased to see the double foreign children. This does not mean that he is not pleased to see the Bharat residents. At the moment, it is the double foreigners' turn. The father is always pleased with Bharat, and this is why he has come in Bharat and has made all of you into Bharat residents. So at this time, are all of you foreigners, or are you residents of Bharat? In being residents of Bharat, you are also residents of Madhuban. Do you visit Madhuban every day? Sometimes. Must visit every day. You like being Madhuban residents? Now finish service quickly so that you can become Madhuban residents. When you quickly finish giving the message to the whole world and come here, you will not then be sent away. By that time, this place will also be ready. Look, the land here is very big, the Peace Park. Arrangements will be made there beforehand, and there will then be no difficulty for you. However, when the time comes, you will even sleep on your suitcase. You will not get a bed. That will be a different time altogether. that time will be different from this time. Now, let the message through the service you do be the same in your mind, words, and actions. It is then that the speed of service will become fast. What you gonna do, Rattenbin? Papa saying that time we'll sleep on our suitcase, not our beds in a turtle dove. What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Now be powerful in your mind. Be powerful in your mind, knowledgeful in your words, and loveful in your relationships and connections. Powerful in your mind, knowledgeful in your words, and loveful in your relationships and connections. That is, in your actions. Let all these three be experienced at the same time. This is called doing service at a fast speed. How Baba brought it to an easy method, the essence. Powerful in your mind, knowledgeful in your words, and loveful in your relations and connections. That is, in your actions. Acha. Are all of you all right in your bodies and your minds? You come from far away, and so Bab Dada is happy seeing the happy children who have come from far away. However, even though you come here from far away, you are still all right because you come by plane. Acha. Bab Dada is giving special love and remembrance to those who have come for the first time in this cycle, those who have been before and have come again. Raise your hands. Nevertheless, you have good courage. You go back to earn money for your ticket and come back. This is also a way to have remembrance. We have to go. We have to go. When you come here, you think that you have to go back to the foreign lands, but as soon as you leave, you think about coming back here. When you have arrived here, you think about going back. The time will come when that government will think that these Brahmin souls are the beauty of Abu. Acha. To all the great contented souls in all four directions, to the elevated souls who constantly have satisfied hearts, to the contented souls who constantly have satisfied hearts, to those who remain carefree, to the souls who are servers and who do service at a fast speed in all three types of service, At the same time, to those tapasvi souls who are seated on the seat of an elevated stage, Baptada's love, remembrance, and namaste. What a powerful dose. So, Avyak Baptada, meeting groups. Do all of you consider yourselves to be holy swans? Speciality, holy swans, only pick up pearls, goodness from everything. What is the special task of a holy swan? They all gave their own ideas. Are all the specialities you have spoken about in your practical actions? Apart from you Brahmins, who else can become holy swans? Therefore, saying with spiritual intoxication that just as the Father is always ever pure and he puts all the powers into action all the time, in the same way, you holy swans always put all the powers into a practical form and remain constantly pure. You wear that and you will always remain that. You remember all three aspects of time, do you not? But Dada is pleased to see the part of the children that they have played many times before. This is why you don't think it difficult, do you? The word difficult cannot enter the dreams of those who are master, almighty authorities. Does the word difficult exist in the dictionary of Brahmins? Does the word difficult exist in the dictionary of Brahmins? It doesn't exist somewhere in small print, does it? You are also knowledgeful of Maya, are you not? When you are full, you cannot fail. When you are full, you cannot fail. It's like all our whatever is needed is in the Murli. What is the reason for failure? When you know it in advance, why do you fail? When someone knows in advance and then fails, what would you call that one? When something happens, the reason you fail is that you feel. Having feelings about something or other. You have the flu of feelings. You see that full stop again, the Shankar stage. You know, we give energy to things that happens externally. And then thoughts, feelings, everything. And giving power to everything else. Baba is saying, practice that full stop. A lot of things are going to come up in the drama. And we have to be powerful, powerful, and putting a full stop and bringing Baba's energy and light into everything. So that is our practice. That's when others are going to see God in action through our power. Do you know what flu does? It makes you weak. When you have flu, something may be a small thing, but you make it big. Therefore, become full. You mustn't fail. You have to pass. Whatever situation arises, continue to pass through that, and you will pass with honors. So do you have to pass, overcome? You have to pass, and you have to remain past, close. When you say with intoxication that no one else has as much love for Bap Dada as you, then since you have love, do you want to remain close or far away? So you have to remain close and pass. Those of you from the UK will fulfill all of Bap Dada's hopes, will you not? What is the Father's #1 pure desire? Baba is especially asking those from the UK. You have to bring the big mics who can become instruments to reveal the Father and come close to the Father. Now, mics should definitely emerge from the UK, America, and other countries, but one are those who are cooperative, and others are those who are close and cooperative. So prepare such mics. Generally, there is good growth in service, and it will continue to grow. Acha, the children from Russia are young, but they are lucky. How much love do you have for the Father? It is good. Bap Dada is happy with the courage of the children. You have now forgotten how to labor. Drama is going to speed up. You have now forgotten how to labor. We're not going to labor because drama is speeding up. We have to be those still points, no? To the turning world. Yes, Acha. Blessing. May you have a right of receiving blessings by doing charitable work with your every thought, word, and deed. With your every thought, word, and deed. I really say what whatever you can do for God, do it now. And that supports you when you're settling karma. That's my experience, throughout my journey as well. I just did whatever I had to do for Baba. Because so easy when body is not too well and things, you're not feeling strong enough. You think, no, let me just leave it. Don't forget your Amrit Vela, your Murli, your connection with Baba, all that. Baba will be there for you at the right time. Baba will be there. Don't step away from service and whatever you have to do. That's one thing. Now is the time. Have this determined thought by yourself throughout the day with your thoughts, words, and actions. You will be a charitable soul and continue to perform charity. The instant fruit of performing charity is blessings from every soul. So accumulate blessings from your every thought and word. Let thanks of cooperation emerge from the hearts of those in relationship and connection with you. Only such souls receive a prize. Prize. Slogan: constantly stay in the company of the one Father and make the Father your companion. Constantly stay in the company of the one Father and make the Father your companion. This is greatness. Om Shanti. So today's point, number 5, together with knowledge and yoga, you also need to know the horoscope and astrology. When any person comes in front of you, discern in a second their 3 aspects of time. What was his life in the past? What is his vision and attitude at present? And to what extent can he create his reward for the future? You need to increase the power to know and discern this now. So thank you, Aruna Ben, for hosting. And Aruna Ben will take, after the song, Aruna Ben will take over doing the churning with our Zoom family. But may you be well and take care. And then we will switch off and Aruna Ben will take over after the song. So thank you all.
Thank you, Shirley. Many blessings.
Thank you, my
Beautiful,
Ben.
Shirley.
Take care. Om Shanti.
Come, take a ride with me to paradise. Heaven's in your heart beating inside. You're alive, the great divine, older than time. You are loved, yes, you are loved, and the stars in our sky, billion-year-old lights light up the sky, and you can feel the universe through your heart, the divine design of you. The time has come for you to honor the miracle of you. And you are so beautiful, the way your body moves and holds it all. Your heart lights up hearts, and your love illuminates our world. Your soul is old, your soul is old, and the stars in our sky, billion-year-old lights light up the sky, and you can feel the universe through your heart, the divine design of you. The time has come for you to honor the miracle of you. Oh, the road's been long, and the heart is strong. Let your love lift you up, let your heart rocket you to honor the miracle of you.
Thank you, Aruna Ben. Thank you all. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Have a lovely day and lots of love to all the mothers, all the souls.
Yes, practice the Shankar stage. Be still. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Thank you,
Shanti, thank you.
Shanti, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti, Brother Karva.
So who's going to share their churnings? Brother Carver, don't leave us. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Yes, brother, you're going to share your point.
I see I'm being told, so yes, I will say hearty. I think for me this morning, what touched me was, again, just this calling Baba sends out to us. this clarion call to come into remembrance and into stability. And through that stability to be able to serve those around us in a second, but to understand that we are not doing it merely to serve those around us, but to create an entire new world, and that is powerful. And I cannot create a new me, a new being, a new world, if I am still clinging to anything in the old world. And so as Baba calls me out to serve myself and others, as I set aside the things of the past, I need to commit myself to developing the habits and the sanskars that will serve me in the new world. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, brother. Chantel, would you like to share your points?
And then if I can just add one thing, sister, and I'm supposed to do all this in a second.
Yeah.
Hey, easy yoga, not so easy.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Om Shanti.
Yeah, I think when I was listening to the last section of the Murli of the powerful mind, be powerful in your mind, knowledgeful in your words, and loveful in your relationships and connections, that for me was really where we need to maintain our awareness of who we really are, so that that transformation takes place within our own self and the world as well. So yeah, I think for me also, Baba says, when you are full, you cannot fail. And so that first line of the inheritance that we've received, the full inheritance we receive, the first day that we took this Brahmin birth, the first day when we realized who we were, who am I and who is Baba, my relationship, that Baba has given us the full inheritance. And there was a question that came up in my mind when I was listening to that, and it says, how have I spent this inheritance through my Brahmin life? Why are we not experiencing the full inheritance? So lots of work to be done there. Who would like to go next? Jay-Bhai?
There are quite a few J-Bys here,
Jay,
but
big Jay.
I'll put my hand up.
Thanks, Jay-Bhai.
Yeah, look, I like the aspect of, Baba covered the aspect of being, what it means to be content today, and the aspect of purity, the aspect of having pure vision, the aspect of having soul conscious awareness. And Baba also pointed out of us being satisfied in our hearts, and to ensure that we accept drama. Baba always says that drama is beneficial, and I think we have to accept it that way. So, so yeah, that was a good lesson on what it takes to be content, but also the aspect of being in harmony with others as well, and being cooperative.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jay-Bhai.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Giselle?
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, for me it was the point of hello. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Morning. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, to me it was the point of Shankar, and as the third eye opens, destruction takes place. So the more my third eye opens and the more I follow Baba's instructions, and the more so as the third eye opens, so my sanskars will be destroyed. And if I practice purity and remembrance and all that, yes, so the old self is destroyed. So that is a point that I will take with me. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Om Shanti. Brother Jeff?
Wow. Okay, sister.
So,
For me,
Brother Jeff.
yeah. For me, it's contentment, as Papa says, to be have a boundless life, you have to be contented. And I think the opposite will bring out the virtues of contentment. The opposite is we become body consciousness, and then we have the five senses, which are stuck in Ravan's world and bring out all the vices. So we have to ask that question at that point, who am I? So the answer is, I'm a soul. And suddenly when you realize you're a soul, and then all the powers of the soul, you become aware. And lacking this awareness is one of our problems. Because if you lack awareness, then you are ignorant. And out of ignorance, we practice all the ignorant things and we suffer. So when we are aware, who am I, a child of God, and we belong to God, then we have these powers. And using those powers and the virtues of the powers gives us all this power to have self-transformation and bring about transformation in the world. And that we can't self-transform if we don't have our powers and understand that we have all these powers as a soul. If you have body consciousness, we're lacking all these powers. Powers are the imagination, the vision of the future, and the memories of the past. So all these powers that we have help us to transform. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, Brother Jeff. Sister Jamie? Who would like to go next? Been ordered by? Sister Shiksha? Okay, so have a beautiful day. Be content with yourself. Keep in your awareness all your attainments, all your virtues, all your powers. Be knowledgeful. And this beautiful life of pleasure and enjoyment. Enjoy. Have a lovely day all. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Arunaben. Thank you, everyone. Om Shanti. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.
Please, can I have the name of the song that you played at the end?
Miracle of You. I'm just trying to think who the
artist.
Artist is.
It's okay, sister. The name you said, Miracle.
You know.
Thank you.
I can send it.
Thank you. It was absolutely beautiful. I'd like to use that as an anthem for the day.
Okay.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Bye.
Okay, bye.